Today we're looking at 20 of the best gadgets that have attracted millions of views on social media. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite. And we're going to start with this funny kitchen gadget. To use it, you crack a couple of eggs inside of it, and they drop right down this tube which runs down the middle. Then leave them in there to cook, and after a few minutes, out pops this. Ha! Check that out, it just rises up out of the machine. Tip it onto a plate, and the whole thing is hot and steaming. And if we slice it up, we've got this long roll of egg. That is crazy. And you can even put other ingredients in with it too. Now check this out. It's basically a massive version of this apple slicer, which you push down through the fruit to cut it into segments. But this big one's for watermelon. But what you can't do is just push it straight down onto the fruit like this. The outside is just too hard. So before you start, you need to chop a small slice off the top and bottom, then stand it up, line it up nice and centrally, and push it down through. Check that out, it gives us these perfect slices of watermelon, all nice and uniform, and it even cuts this core from the centre too. What a great kitchen gadget. Now check this out, it's this big auger drill, designed for going into your electric hand drill. Ha, what a beast. And it's actually for drilling holes in your garden, so we can use it for planting plants. Just choose where you want your hole, point it straight down, and start drilling. There it goes. It just cuts through the ground, and lifts the soil out up the auger blades. Perfect for planting your flowers. And if you need to, you can even use it for going really deep. Now, have you seen this? This gadget was all over social media, and it's gotta be one of the funniest gadgets I've tested. So it comes with a ribbon wrapped around it, which you need to untie. Then these kind of tentacle arms fold out. Remove the packaging from them, and we've got this really weird looking contraption with some crazy mechanisms. But press the trigger and, ha! Check that out, it's like something out of Ghostbusters. The whole gadget is quite substantial. There's these rollers going down the arms, brushes on the inside here, and a number of buttons on the top. And it's actually an automatic washing up brush. To use it, you slide a plate inside here, pull the trigger, and the tentacles wrap round to grip it. Then press the button and it spins the plate around onto the brushes. That's so cool. And when I tried it with some dirty plates, hey presto, it's clean. You can even use it with bowls. The tentacles just kind of form around it. And you can open it up and use the rotating foam rollers to clean your cutlery too. And if you're enjoying these gadgets, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Next up is this. It's an automatic dumpling maker. Just press the button to start it, or you can use the timer button to automatically roll one every 10 seconds. Just sit the dumpling wrapper on top, add your filling, and press the button. And they turn out great, nicely crimped. But check out what happens if you place an egg on top. It cracks it automatically for you. Pretty cool, huh? If you're lucky, it catches all of the shell. But that doesn't always happen. And eventually, after doing it one too many times, one of the eggs got stuck in there and ended up breaking the machine. So I wouldn't recommend it. Now this has got to be one of the funniest kitchen gadgets out there. It's a hot dog slicing gadget. Just lay in your sausage and fold over the blades again to close it. As you push down, it slices through the sausage and you get these itty bitty bits of hot dog. It doesn't actually cut them all evenly because the blade comes down at an angle, but it's got to be one of the most visually satisfying kitchen gadgets out there, but also practical if you want to cut up some sausage for your kids, or maybe to use as a pizza topping. I wanted to see what happens if I tried it with some banana, and I had to kind of push it down in there a bit, but because it's nice and soft, it cut through really well. And when I tried it with the grapes, it even cut those well too. Now, this thing's really cool. It looks amazing. It's an expanding worm fidget toy. And if we look closely, you can see it's this big lattice of interlocking plastic strips. They move in relation to each other, and the whole thing can fold and stretch, and it's even a little bit springy. But it looks super cool as it moves and morphs around in your hand. It's so visually appealing and kind of unearthly, it's no wonder it did so well on social media. Next up we've got this. It's this really cool cube, which changes shape. It's a really cool fidget toy that you can transform into over 70 shapes. It folds and twists and bends, and it kind of sticks together on itself. It's got 36 magnets inside, so it snaps into shape. And there's all sorts of shapes to try and learn how to master. It's a really fun fidget toy for when you're bored. Next up is this really cool digital pixel art frame. It connects to your phone via Bluetooth, and once you've got the app, there's loads of things you can do with it, like drawing your own designs, which come straight up on the screen, and you can even animate them. You can use it as a message board by typing in your own text, and it rolls across the picture frame, and there's dozens of different ways of displaying it. It displays the time, the date, even your local weather and temperature. You can use it as a lamp and use your phone to turn it on and off, or change the colour. You can also change the brightness, and there's loads of preset animations already built in, or once you've made your own, you can upload it to the app, or browse through and use other people's. There's a digital scoreboard if you're playing a game against someone. There's a stopwatch, alarm clocks, and a countdown timer, which is really useful if you're cooking. You can set it so the display responds to music. And there's loads of different presets to choose from. There's also games like this paint by numbers one, with loads of different pictures to choose from, or even a magic 8 ball to help you make up your mind if you're not sure about something. It's got a built-in rechargeable battery so you can use it without any leads, and it comes with a little stand that clips into the back for it to lean up against, or it can sit upright on the frame, or you can of course hang it on the wall. Next up is this, an amazing breakfast sandwich maker, and it can make a delicious breakfast in just 5 minutes. To use it, you place a muffin on the base here, then you can layer up your ingredients, maybe some cooked meat and a layer of cheese, then you can close down the next section and tip an egg in here. Close down the top and leave it to cook for a minute, then place the other half of the muffin on top to toast for a few minutes. And when it's all ready, just open it up and slide back the cooking plate. The egg and muffin now drop down onto the next layer, then lift it up out of the way, and the bottom ring too. And check that out, that looks and smells amazing. Now this thing's really cool. It's a battery-operated egg spinner. So this capsule twists and you can open it up, and inside is a flexible silicone liner with these ribs to grip and protect the egg and to accommodate different sizes. It sits on this base which has got a motor inside and is powered with a rechargeable battery. On the bottom it's got these 4 sucker pad feet so it grips to the worktop and doesn't move around when it's spinning. It's such a funny gadget to use. You take an egg and insert it into the capsule. This one's a nice snug fit, you can see the ribs along the side supporting it. Place the other half on top, squeeze it together and lock it shut, then we can sit the pod on the base and lock the cover over on top. Then when you press the button, it spins really fast. And what's really cool is it stops and spins the other way, changing direction every few seconds. And the idea is it's actually going to scramble the egg inside the shell, just from spinning back and forward. After about a minute it comes to a stop. Then we can remove the cover, lift out the pod, and open it up. You got to be careful removing the egg, because you definitely don't want to break it now. And then when you crack it open, check that out, it's been completely and utterly scrambled inside the shell. But it doesn't end there, you got to see what happens when you cook the egg. So for the next one, after it had finished spinning, I removed it and placed it into a pan of simmering water. I left it for a few minutes to hard boil, then once it had cooked and cooled down, I cracked it open and peeled it. And check it out, we've got a golden egg. And even when we cut through it, it's mostly golden. Next up is this amazing perpetual motion marble machine. This has been beautifully handcrafted and it looks stunning. Drop a metal marble in and watch what happens. Ha! That's absolutely amazing. The ball works its way down the hole and just flies back round again. It's a really clever design. Perpetual motion doesn't really exist. This does require a battery, and there's some kind of electromagnet which accelerates the ball as it rolls down the chute. This is just a perpetual motion simulator. It's got a hidden little power button here which you just touch to turn on and off, and if we try using it when it's off, you can see it just doesn't operate. It has to have that boost from the battery and the electromagnet to launch the marble back around. If I turn it on and just place the marble down here, you can see it kind of pulsing as it pushes the marble forward. But I love the way it's completely silent, there's no motor noise or anything. It's simply just the noise of the ball rolling down the chute and landing back on the plinth. And what's really cool is you can even use it with multiple balls. Now this ferrofluid is amazing. It's basically a magnetic fluid. It was invented by a NASA engineer in 1963, and when we introduce a magnet, we get these magnificent shapes. We can alter the size and quantity of the spikes by varying the proximity of the magnet, and we can even use 2 magnets and make it dance in between them. If you agitate it really quickly, you can break it up into loads of tiny little bits, a bit like a snow globe. But then, of course, you can reintroduce the magnet and it all connects back together. Pretty cool, huh? Next up, you've got to see this. It injects a banana with your favourite filling. So you just fill the gadget up with whatever treat you like. I'm using Nutella, but you could use peanut butter, jams, jellies, or even yogurt. Once you've filled the hopper up, close the plunger down and slowly start squeezing it until it reaches the end of the pipe. Next we need to take a banana, preferably find one as straight as possible. Then you have to cut off the bottom inch, slide it into this guide, and hold it down onto the tray to make it as flat as possible. Then push this coring tool down into the banana until you get to the end. Give it a little twist. Put your finger over the hole to make a vacuum and slowly pull it out. There we go. Then remove the banana from the holder and it's made a perfect hole all the way through the middle. You can use this little stick they supply to push the banana back out of the pipe, and now we can just slide the banana onto the pipe, gently press down on the plunger, and it's actually pushing the banana back as it injects it full of Nutella. I'm just kind of guiding it with my hand. And when you're at the end, there it is, full up. Peel it back and it's ready to eat. What would you put inside? Now, if you like butter on your morning toast, Check this out. It's this really cool butter cutting gadget. Every time you press the trigger, it cuts off another piece of butter. That's so cool. A really handy gadget and easy to use. To fill it up, you cut some butter off the block and drop them down into the unit. Then this ratcheting plunger sits down on top and then clip on the cover. Perfect pieces of butter. Next up is this amazing looking globe. It's a satellite photo of Earth wrapped around a sphere. There's some lovely bits of cloud cover too, and it can just spin in your hand while you hold it. It's called a MOVA globe, and it came in this really smart looking box. Inside is this clear plastic base and legs, which fit together to make a stand, and underneath the protective foam, we get to the globe. And what I love is straight out of the box, it just spins in your hand. You don't need to put batteries in or anything. Apparently it works with some advanced magnets and solar cells to power the movement, and the reason we can hold it and it still spins is because it's actually inside a very thin transparent case. So we're holding the casing, and the globe which is inside is free to move around. I think it actually floats in a liquid, and it must be weighted inside because it's always facing down. And check out what happens when I roll it across the floor. It rolls perfectly smoothly, with the globe inside staying upright. It can work from the interior lights or sunlight, and you can get them in a range of different sizes or styles. There's a link in the description if you want to buy one. But to accompany your globe, how about this? Levitating moon lamp. This is the one I bought. Here's the moon. It's quite a hard plastic, and apparently it's been 3D printed to replicate the same craters and features that exist on our moon. How cool is that? And you can see if I place it down on the table and rock it, it's definitely bottom heavy. It also comes with this wood effect base with a power input on the back and a hidden power button on the front. It's powered by the mains, and to use it, you lower the moon down over the base, and when you get it in the right position, it floats. Check that out, that's so cool. And it starts to spin by itself, dim the lights, and it looks stunning. But what's really cool is you can turn it off and it keeps floating, and there's 3 different colour settings: yellow, pure white, and slightly blue. It's also completely silent, and to prove just how well it levitates, you can slide a piece of paper straight through underneath. Now check this out, it's an automatic pot stirrer. Just put it in your saucepan and press the button, and it goes round and round, stirring your food for you while it cooks, and it even changes direction automatically. I used it to make my morning porridge to make sure it didn't burn and stick to the bottom of the pan, and it's really useful for things like baked beans, or for heating up some soup, or maybe some custard. But if you try it on anything too thick, it doesn't really work, like this bolognese sauce. But if you get bored, you can just let it dance around the table. Chopping up onions can be a right pain, and that's where this gadget comes in. It's a manual hand chopper. Check it out, it's got this massive zigzag blade. It comes with this base part, and to use it, you just push down on the plunger, which pushes the blades down and chops whatever's underneath. But what's clever is it also rotates the blade to slice things up really thoroughly. You do have to pre-slice things with a knife first, but then it just takes seconds with this chopper to slice it all up really small. So unless you're really good with a knife, it would probably take the average person a long time to chop things up as finely as this with a knife. And what's really cool is you can just fill up the bottom container with nuts like this, put the cover back on, and start chopping. It really doesn't take long at all to get this beautiful pile of finely cut nuts. Now this thing's really cool. It's for spraying fresh lemon juice. And I mean straight out of the lemon. Roll a lemon back and forward on the surface a little. This helps to juice up the inside. Then use a sharp knife to carefully cut off the top like this. Then screw the gadget straight down in. After a couple of pumps, you get a mist of lemon juice spraying out. Pretty cool, huh? You can't get fresher than that. It stays inside the fruit well and can be used for all sorts of things. Now, if you want to see some amazing fidget toys, like this super realistic banana, which you can stretch and squish, you can click on the link here to watch my video. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, thanks for watching.